Alright, I'd like to welcome everyone back for part 2 of the Sense Token ICO review. If you haven't seen part 1 already, I posted that link down below in the description, so you guys can definitely go check that out. I really encourage you guys to do so, because in that video I went over the brochure that they provided and the ICO structure, as well as a quick background search on the Sensay founders. I found some, let's say, interesting things in regard to their team, so you guys definitely want to go check that out. But in this part of the video, I'll go over the white paper like I promised, and give my opinion on where I see the company going. I also did a little test run on the Sensbot in this video, so you definitely want to watch the whole thing. And then the last thing I want to say before we begin is that this is just my opinion. It's not financial advice, so it shouldn't be taken as financial advice. I'm just out here speaking my mind. So with that, let's begin. Alright, let's get right into the white paper. So head on over to page 3. Actually, before I do that, let me just head over to their Sensay account. I also discovered this account is their main Twitter handle. And I'm sure it doesn't surprise you, but it also has fake followers. I just wanted to get that out there. But anyways, back to the white paper. So in this slide, what they're basically saying is Facebook, Skype, Telegram, and other social medias, they're monetizing your data. So when you post something, you don't get paid for that, right? But what Sense is trying to do is, or Sensay, what they're trying to do is empower the person. So when you type something or help somebody online, you want to get tipped for that or rewarded. And that's where Sense comes in. They do exactly just that. So say I open up the Sensebot and then there's somebody on the other end. I'll ask a question like, how do I invest in Bitcoin? The person will answer, and then if they give me a great response and in an intelligent manner, I have the ability to tip them or not. So I watched a video on the CEO and she explained a little bit about how that worked. And she said about 90% of the people tipped. I don't know how true or valid that is, but if that is true, that is pretty darn impressive. Anywho, on to the next page. So this next page shows some numbers. 3.7 billion internet users, 4.9 billion mobile users. Teens spend 6 hours a day on social media platforms. I actually read a couple articles that said up to 9 hours. That's just insane. So I guess Sense will try and piggyback off this explosive growth in social media and the internet. And then something that caught my attention down here is a centralized contact list. So what this says is the challenge of lost knowledge. Currently, messaging apps consume more time than any other type of application. However, the following problems prevail. So with the centralized contact list, let's say you have a Facebook or WhatsApp and you need help on how to mine Bitcoin. But of course, most of your friends don't know anything about how to do that. And I'm sure you guys have many friends that have no idea what cryptos are. So let's say you have the issue. So you open up your Sensebot and you can ask a random person with the knowledge of how to mine Bitcoin. And if they give you an answer that actually helps you, you can tip them with Sense tokens. But with Facebook and WhatsApp, you'd never be able to get an answer from your centralized list of contacts. But within minutes, you'd be able to get an answer from another human on the Sense platform on how to mine Bitcoin. But to push back on the Sense token idea a little, I could literally just type it into Google. I don't understand why I need Sense token, but that's what their platform and idea is. Alright, and this slide, they talk about how the big social media companies are taking your data and making money off of it. I know Sense keeps on talking about this and demonizing them, which I see nothing wrong with that. I'd love to be able to make money off my own data than some other crooked company. But clearly that's not the case, so hopefully Sense can save us. Alright, so the company was founded in 2014, and in 2015 they did a venture capital raise, and then in 2016 they did the same. So they did 1.5 million in 2015 and then 4.5 million in 2016. So the next raise will be now 2017, and it'll be the ICO, which will raise 25 million. Hopefully they'll be able to hit that hard cap of the 25 million. Who knows what'll happen. Alright, this talks about their current platform. I'll just skip over this because I'm actually going to do a little testing on the platform. That'll give you guys a better idea of actually what it is. Right here it says they have 3 million users. That's cool and all, but if the user growth starts to decline, then what will happen? Because that's basically the fuel to the engine. So if the users start dying down, then there'll be a problem with, like, if I open up the Sensebot and then there's less users, right? And I type a question, then you're getting answers from a smaller pool of users. So that could be problematic. And I really don't care about the 3 million users that they have, because we need to know how many daily active users there are, how many monthly active users there are. You could have 100 million users, but if only 1% of them are active, then it's meaningless. What I'm wondering is the people that they have on their platform, how engaging are they, and how many minutes are they actually using the platform? And something that would interest me is, are they using it on a mobile device, on their computer, or some other device, an iPad? Those metrics are pretty important and they would be useful. Okay, so the current functionality and Sensay coins. So they have 20 million Sensay coins and then 3 million users. Getting kind of repetitive. So users spend Sensay coins for exclusive on-platform usage. Add additional coins to expedite a request. Pay to use features. Pay to gain premium routing features. So I'm kind of scratching my head here. Isn't the platform already supposed to be fast? So why would I waste my time to go on the Sense platform when I can just go on Google and it would be much quicker? All it takes is opening up a new tab to get tons of information. The whole point is to retain these users and not have them go somewhere else. So this is really, really weird. I don't know why they have something like this. Because when I first used the Sense bot, it did take time, and I don't see real world use for this. It's pretty damn slow, I'm not gonna lie. What they should do is just have this integrated as a default inside of the Sense platform, because at the end of the day, the company that can deliver the data the quickest to you is gonna win in the end, and that's just the harsh reality. Alright, on to page 8 and beyond. So pages 8 through 19, or 18, sorry, they just talk about all the technical stuff and logistics of the token. It just explains the functionality and whatnot. So you guys can look at that on your own time. There's a whole bunch of information. As I said, it's really technical. So if you don't have prior experience in regards to the blockchain or are just new to this, you might not understand it. So just a warning. I could break it down and explain it to all you guys, but it would add an extra 30 minutes to this video, and I'm sure I would lose many of you guys, and you guys will get bored, so we're not going to go and do that. Alright, so let me head over to the conclusion. Let's just read this. Okay, Sense is intended to provide the missing bridge between blockchain and users on isolated, centralized applications who are unable to share and monetize their most valuable assets, creating a powerful incentive around messaging activity that consumes a major component of the average web user's day. Sense makes sense. Their words, not mine. If users earn value for every contribution they make to a network, the incentives align in favor of all participants. When users own their own data, they can choose whether or not to sell it and earn revenue on the sale. Creating an economy around human capital value transfer eliminates the need for advertising and emotional manipulation that comes along with it, providing a better and more fulfilling experience for the users. Alright, so that's it for the white paper, but now the next thing that we're going to be doing is heading on over and testing the Sensay bot. So you guys will get a better understanding of actually what it is and the functionality and whatnot. So let's head on over and do that. But before I do that, I just want to say that I hope the Sense token is successful, because if they do disrupt this industry, it'll be great for the user. But I'm not too sure if they'll be able to do this, so I'm going to pass on this one. But hopefully they'll prove me wrong. So head over to Telegram, type in Sensay. Here we are. And then click start. So the first time I actually used this bot, I got some interesting responses. They weren't really high quality. So first I randomly asked, I want to hire an article writer. Can anyone write 500 words? Alright, this guy said yes. I asked, how much do you charge? Your native language? Any portfolio work? The guy's like 200 English. So I was like, 200 what, dollars? He's like, yeah. So $200 for 500 words. And then he said, for 500, oh, he's like, oh, sorry, I thought you meant 5,000. Then he said, okay, for 500 words, then it's $100. So I don't know what his ratio or formula is, but that doesn't make any sense. So that was a bad experience. And then this one as well. So I asked the Sensay bot, okay, I want to learn how to invest in the stock market. And then I get a user. I say, hi, how are you? Hi. I was like, do you have any experience in regards to the stock market? What do you think about Apple? This person asked me what your name is. Yes. How old am I? And then I was like, this has nothing to do with the stock market. So then the person just left. All right. So that was a little out of experience. So I tested the Sensay bot some more, and I collected a larger sample size. And I did get similar results to what I have right here, like lots of low quality stuff. So it was a real waste of time because the Sensay bot is pretty slow. It takes like 90 seconds per question I ask. So, you know, as I said before, humans are pretty impatient. So why wouldn't I just head on over to Google or some other social media and just ask a question there? Because I could get an answer really quickly as opposed to using the Sensay bot, right? With so many low quality answers, it might be problematic for the Sensay platform because the whole point is to reward human intelligence, and so far I've just been getting really bad answers. And, you know, if you keep on getting, you know, more bad answers, your users will just run away. So let's go on and test this bot. Okay, so click new. Alright, now we get to ask it a question. Let's ask it a complex question. How to mine Bitcoin. And now we wait. I'll just pause this video right here, and then once it actually answers back, I'll, you know, restart it. Okay, so I got a response back, and then this person says there is no mining per se, just buy low. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, what do you mean mine? It's like, come on, man, I'm the one asking you the question. Why are you asking me this? So yeah, you can just tell that you just get so many low quality people. And with these specific questions, you just won't be able to get them answered by people. I'm sure you will in, you know, some cases, but I think Google's your best option, honestly. This platform, I mean, they had 3 years to improve it, like I said, and it just doesn't seem like it's there yet. So yeah. Let's ask another question. So let's just end this one. So I mean, it's really a waste of time, it seems like, when it comes to this. I mean, it takes like a minute to a minute 30, and then you get to talk back and forth with the person. So it does waste time. So I mean, once you've done that, you can, you know, click downvote and then report them. Harassment, boring, rude. I mean, I don't know, off topic, I guess. But yeah, I guess this is a good reporting system, but it doesn't seem like it's working. Okay, let's go back to menu. And then new again. How many push-ups a day should you do? Okay, how many push-ups a day should you do a day to get fit? Alright, I'm going to pause it again, and then when somebody comes back with an answer, I'll let you guys know. Alright, awesome. So I did get a response. So they said 100 before 8 a.m. and 100 after 5 p.m., but 1 hour before bed. Okay, so this doesn't really help me, or doesn't really help anybody else, because they don't know how many you can do and what your stamina is, endurance and whatnot. So it really doesn't help. So somebody would need to, you know, go to Google and figure out like a perfect plan for them. So yeah, this is just like really vague. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Sense Token Part 2 review. You guys should definitely test the Sensay bot out and see how it works. And then one thing I want to add before I conclude the video is I didn't see anything about a lockup expiration in the white paper. Lots of companies usually do include that, but I didn't see anything in regard to Sensay or Sense Token. And they do have venture capitalists, so it's about like what, 4.5 million that we saw. So I'm not too sure what their plan is. Maybe they'll dump the tokens and look for an exit strategy. I just don't know. So I hope the Sense Token management clears that up. But with that, I want to say thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys found some value in it. And if you did, please subscribe to the channel, like, and then comment below. And just a disclaimer, this is not financial advice. It is just my opinion. So with that, I would like to thank you for watching the video, and have a great one.